Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a reading for you ready today of the dark moon, the first dark moon in 2024. And I guess you know already how fast and furious this year has started. And this is more and more this year. It's just the beginning. It will be a very fast year again, and it will bring a lot of changes on all levels. So let's have a look at the dark moon here. You can see it by now. So you can see the sun and moon conjunction is in Sagittarius, and for the world horoscope, we have it very close to the cusp of house 12, of house 10, sorry. The goal, this is also in a way the goal that we have to reach. And when this comes up in the first dark moon, just up like this, it has a very, very specific meaning, because for the whole world, now the goal is for this new conception. Remember when I said dark moon is actually conception when we look at the cycle. So when we have the moon and the sun in opposition, what we call full moon, that is giving birth. And when the moon and the sun are together in conjunction, we can say this is the love making, that is the conception. So that would be now. And this is a very powerful space to be here. And also with an arising in another fire sign, we have Sagittarius. And then with Aries, with the retrograde Uranus just coming up as the first planet. So a lot of very spontaneous events will happen. Like, for example, something is planned and the plan doesn't work out the way it was supposed to. It depends exactly from what kind of background it comes. So like, if you're a positive person and you have plans to support the world, to support people around you, to help people around you, it will go in the positive way, that you will maybe have even more support, or somebody else comes in to help you that was completely not expected. So completely unexpected things will happen, but also in the negative side. When you look at the negative side, that the intention is to harm people, to hurt people, to do bad, then it will backfire to them in a way, and things will happen that they have not expected at all. So it will be a year that a lot of surprises will happen, and I don't think that we can properly foretell anything. When you think about foretelling something, all prophecies are always created at the moment of a certain consciousness level. And if the consciousness level remains the same, the prediction will happen the way it is predicted. But if the consciousness level is shifting, it will be something different. It might be the same topic, but a complete different way how it happened. Like we can, for example, see the 2012 transit we went through. It was, all the old prophecies were that there is going to be fire, and that we are going to be, like the big flood, that a lot of people will be destroyed, that the whole planet will be nearly destroyed, but it didn't happen. What is happening, because of the consciousness level that has been rising and has reached a certain energy, that this was not necessary. So now the fire is still here, but it is not burning everything, it is more calm. And we can see also here, when you look at the horoscope on the right side, all the red, there is not even one green and only one yellow, and all the others is red and a little bit of blue. So the personal planets are mostly all in fire signs. So that is that fiery energy that you cannot escape. You know, you are being forced to stand up for what you want to do. It doesn't matter if it's on the positive side or on the negative side, but you will, we call that actually to take off your mask, and you cannot play any game anymore. because now the truth is coming to the surface. It will be transparent. It will be transparent for everybody. So you cannot pretend anymore to be a good person, but in the background have some bad intentions. And the good ones also will be seen for what they are. And this is how, again, I talked about that before about the timeline split. So nobody can anymore pretend, because the level of consciousness, the intention that is behind action will be very clear for everybody. And this is what is happening here with this breakthrough in Sagittarius. Remember, again, the Sagittarius is like the archer who is pulling back the arrow and as far back as he can, that it will really powerful go forward. And that is January. And the January energy has already shown us that the part of that is already flying all around. It's not just one arrow, there's several arrows that are flying. And we can see, especially because Mars is also here, and Mars is in the house of Sagittarius. And we have here the only, here also, no, Venus is in Scorpio, but also Mercury, and not retrograde anymore, is also in Sagittarius. So that gives us the opportunity. Now we have consciousness. This is how we conceive things. And we have the moon, which the feeling are burning. It's like you sit on hot coals. You cannot anymore escape something. And that might be not very comfortable for many, especially those who have pretended for a long time to be something that they are not, or they have been in a place where they could not be who they are because they've been suppressed from others. This is like that energy that has hold them back will be just gone. It just evaporates. And Mercury on 0 degree, just entering again Sagittarius, will help us to consciously understand what is going on. Because so often when we had, especially also with the Scorpion energy, it was even a lot of sadness. And we can see in the last couple years that big sadness that is clinging to so many humans, especially now in the time when we see so many die, and with this turbo cancer and everything that is coming out of the last couple years of this injection, that we can see now can be the biggest chance for people to evolve and to let go of their karma. Because now it's time to let go of karma. Karma is not coming in the same way with us anymore, because also one thing that we need to understand is that most of we know that the religion and teaching of any religion, doesn't matter which one, has a lot of control points in it. And also the whole teaching of karma, in a way, is not completely correct as it is taught in the religions in this time. There is karma, absolutely, yes, but it is a little bit in a different way. I've been talking about that before. So we can drop that karma now, because when you are moving into the light, the darkness is gone. So when we have karma that is connected with darkness, with the like 100, 200, whatever years ago, because we had a lower consciousness level, we cannot bring that into a higher consciousness. It will automatically dissolve. So there is no more karma from things that have been relevant for us maybe 20, 30, 40, whatever years ago, definitely before 2012. They cannot touch us anymore. They're gone. They're like burned. It's gone. It's smoke. It's gone. So this is a very big help for us in the moment, we can say, to move on to the other shore. We are not completely there yet, definitely not, and it will take a few more years, but it's definitely very close that we are close to the situation, that people can start to understand what is going on. And I think this is about the time, because the last few years, a lot of people have been completely destroyed because they were absolutely confused. They could not understand anymore what's going on. They could not fathom, what the heck am I doing here? And now, see, that is over. We are seeing clear, and you can see that very clearly also in Germany, what happened on the 6th, on the 8th of January, with all the farmers standing up. Go and have a look. This is awesome what is happening. And I know that many other European countries, similar things are going on in the moment, but they are not so much out there to see. So we can say that I did post a quote this morning that is connected to that. We have reached the passageway between the past and the future. And we are not lost yet. We are not lost, but what we are looking for has yet to be found. So we are not there yet, and we have to move through that cycle to complete the beginning. Like, you know, when we said that 2012 was the point, that was the shift that was really going on. It started already in the 80s. And then we have another about 25, 30 years till everything is settled and everything has moved, because on the physical level, things move slower. And what is really important in the moment, when you look at the chart also, when we have all that fire, a little bit water, only one air here, and Saturn is an earth sign, which is not at home in the air. So this is not really giving us any grounding. It is very important that you do something for grounding. I go walk barefoot every day, several times. And maybe, I don't know, if you are in a winter situation, have a lot of snow, I know you cannot do that, but you can go out and hug a tree. You can go and hold a tree and take off your gloves for a moment, just hold that tree and ground yourself with the earth, because that helps you also to let go and to detox a lot of negative things. Remember, when we plant, what we put in the soil to make it really good, and I just got a whole truck load full of cow shit, and that we're gonna work into the soil to make it nice and smooth, that my plants are growing. And see, everything what we don't need, the waste products, and not just on the physical, but only on the mental and emotional level too, we can give back to the earth to be transformed. And this is not something bad. In the contrary, the earth that's part of her job, to transform the negative energies into positive again. This is similar, like when you look at the tree, that the leaves, they need CO2 to create the oxygen that we need. And that's why the whole story, the whole hoax also about CO2 is absolutely crazy. We need to have plants, to have food, to grow plants. We need carbon dioxide. If we would not have any carbon dioxide anymore, there would be no life. And this is also things that we need to see now, that we need to understand. Also that the whole, we are not going towards a warmer climate, but the opposite. And you will see, as soon as the manipulation with the weather are stopping, you will see that. I have heard Cryon talking about that several times. And I also can see that from a completely different perspective. That would be my meditation, when I reach some other levels, that I get information. So with this Sagittarius situation that we have here on the MC, on the goal of where we are breaking through, with that energy, is everything will be different with the connection to Uranus here in the first house. You will see that not what we expect will happen, because again, what we are looking for has not yet been found. So we have to look and be open to really see what is coming. And I can just tell you that it will be complete different ways how we live, how we eat, how medicine will function. We will work a lot of more with energy, with electromagnetic energy, with radionics, with homeopathy, with flower essences, because our body is reacting when we give the body information and not chemistry. Because this is the highest level when we receive information, because everything works through information. Like when you get a telephone call and somebody tells you that you just won 1 million in the lotto, you're very happy. And you can feel the reaction, chemical reaction in the body of that happiness. But if somebody called you and said that somebody you love very much just died in an accident, the opposite happened. You're very sad, you cry, you are devastated, and you can also see that this creates a chemical reaction in the body. And this is the same with the healing. We don't need to have chemicals. The information itself is already triggering a chemical reaction in the body. And this will be our future, because here we can see with the Sagittarius, with Mercury, with Mars, is that powerful energy breakthrough into different kind of ways of living, and again, eating and medicine and so on. So this will happen this year. This is that first dark moon, that first conception, the egg that is now starting to grow into a new being, the being of the year 2024. So we have Aries, AC, ascending sign. That means with the Jupiter in the background, that a lot of this expansion is happening on such a level. It is like when you prepare the soil to plant something, you have to prepare everything, as I mentioned before, to put in the cow shit and turn the soil and do everything to make it good, so you plant. So we plant. And a lot of things are being planted now, but they might not yet be visible. Like, for example, if I plant some flowers, summer flowers, it maybe takes me 3-4 weeks till I have, or 5-6 weeks till I have some flowers. But if I plant, for example, my orchard in the back with the fruits, it takes me a few years till I have flowers. And then I have fruits, and then I can harvest. And that's exactly what is happening now. Now we're planting. We're planting, even though we might know that we cannot see it right away. And even if things are going fast, now the soil is fertile for new planting. The ideas are here, the fire is here, the energy is here, but this is not the time yet to harvest. And this is mainly what is happening this year. And we can see from the planets that we come into a hopeful situation, that people start to laugh more, that people start to have hope again. A lot of people who gave up, even some who are sick from these jabs, but they start to have a way of different kind of detox and healing that was not so much available before, because also we have much more information. And it is a real blessing what we have, even though we have the negative effects of the whole internet, Wi-Fi, but we also have to look at the opposite, because nothing ever is only one-sided. If we would not have the internet, if we would not have the possibility we have now, we would not be able to move through this time without the damage, without the destruction. Only thanks to this mass communication, we are able to talk to others, to spread the word fast, in real time. And this is, for example, in the Second World War or before, that was never possible. That's why it was more difficult to achieve something. But now we can turn the whole negative energy around for us and make the positive out of it. And I know there are technologies also in the field of internet that are not damaging, and they will come out very soon. So we will not have this what people expect of that 5G damages, even if some damage is done already. But this is not something we cannot heal. We can restore that, and it will be restored, and it will start this year. Everything now will start this year, even if the fruits are not being harvested this year yet, and it takes more time. But this is the year of the innovation, of the knowing about other methods, other farming methods, other technology methods. You will revolution the car industry and so on. This is why more or less it's crashing down in the moment. It has to be rebuilt in a new way. And only if something old is crashing, is going away, the new can take over afterwards. Because generally people are lazy, and as long as everything goes more or less okay, so yeah, just keep it. But now we are forced to bring in that new energy and look at all that fire. Go. And when you have ideas, don't let anybody tell you that it's not possible or that it's not what you're supposed to do. If you feel that is what you're supposed to do, then do it. And the whole universe will conspire to help you. You will experience coincidences that you have not expected. Things will happen in ways that you cannot see now. It's like you cannot see around the corner, but around the corner it's waiting for you, but you have to go. And a lot of people were afraid to go, but now we are in a situation that a lot of people um, think I cannot lose anything anymore anyway, so let's do it. And this is maybe, and you might have heard stories about people who were said from a doctor, you have only 3 or whatever months to live. What they did with this life is different, 100% different what they did with the life before. And many of them, they were living a lot more than 3 months. And that's the same now. And so also those who have had these injections, who had negative experiences, don't give up. There are ways how we can move beyond. And I would just recommend you to look into homeopathy. There is one of the biggest keys, not so much in medbeds because most people don't have access, but homeopathy, most people can have access. You can find it everywhere. Start to look into homeopathy and subtle medicine like radionics and other things that are now available today. This is the way out, and this is how we can change the frequency of everything, so we can really get out. It's like you are the volcano now exploding, not volcanoes around you, but you are the one to bring that inner fire out and create something new of this energy. Not destruction like physical a volcano, because it's always a big difference if something is physical, mental, or emotional. An emotional volcano can also destroy things around us, but it's maybe just what needs to be destroyed so that we can build on the volcanic ashes to build our new life, to let go of what does not belong to us anymore. And this is more or less the message of this chart as I see it, also with Gemini at the IC, the root Gemini communication, to understand that there are other ways, to understand that we can move beyond and that we don't need to be stuck in what is now, and that there are many, many more better ways. I hope that helps you to understand about the main topic of this year. Please have the courage to move on. Please have the courage to do things that you never did before. Maybe you were afraid to do it. You maybe were afraid what others say about that. You maybe were afraid if, oh, and when I go wrong, what happened? And if I lose my job, what happened, whatever. But I will tell you that in the moment with this kind of energy that is in the beginning of the year, the first conception of this year of the dark moon is giving you like a new start, that you really can do something that is far beyond what you ever have done before. I wish you a happy new year. And I wish you all the best. I wish you abundance on all levels. I wish you love and peace. And I hope that whatever the chaos is outside you, don't pay much attention. The whole political blah, 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 it does not really influence you if you are settled within. And once you become that peaceful, loving being again that you are meant to be, you become a lighthouse. And the lighthouse can lighten the way for others. And that is our job now. Let the others play the game. There are many and they have to, that's their role. And even within the play that they have in the moment, there are many, many, many little and bigger lighthouses that are starting to give out the light for humanity, to shift the whole consciousness out of that darkness into that timeline of peace, of abundance, of a good life. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. And I look forward to see you again in my next reading. Bye-bye.